No. Yes? No? Oh, wow. You can clearly see I moved the camera around. Is that good? Actually. I think yeah, because I have one of these little lighty things. And I think I accidentally put them in different places today. I feel like that's a very different angle from like the normal ones. But you also get to see my window. It looks really bright. It's actually overcast, a bit rainy. So I will take the reality of the stream. Let's see, is everything working? Song seems to be on. Microphone bobs up and down. Yep, cool. I think we're live. Can you see the thing? Yep. All right, so welcome to another game making stream. I'm now taking a little break as per usual from my well, what we're doing right now is a lot of balancing, doing the final quests, the absolutely final items for launch, lots of balancing stuff still. But I'm taking a little break from that to make a, what's it called? Wait, corruptometer. I don't think, no, it's not in the demo. So right now it only has a placeholder texture, which is basically not a wooden box, but like a, what do you call them? Like a moving box, like a big cardboard box, sort of like Metal Gear Solid, or I guess the original Metal Gear also had the box, if I recall correctly. So we want to replace that. We want a real thing. And I don't know what a corruptometer looks like. So today is going to be a bit more exploratory. We will see... Sorry for... Is this now ASMR coffee pouring? I need a coffee. So we will see what we end up with. I'm not sure I will be able to finish. Probably in 1 hour I should be able to finish it. But we will see. Because I need to explore a bit what it looks like. Because I'm going to use... the color scheme from here. So I think at least, so sort of blacks, some red runic looking things, and some purple and gold. So that's the goal, but I'm not completely sure what, you know, what does a corruptometer look like? Its function is it measures, or if you click it, you get, it's sort of like a little tiny little fun item. But if you click it, you get a message saying if corrupted are going to visit you during the day or during the night, or not. So it's sort of just like a little, I don't know what to call them, sort of like a, it's not a cosmetic item, it's more a functional, but I don't know, fun, interactable item. Hello, Benedict. This wasn't a few minutes. Hello, though. I'm sorry about that. To be fair, I think I put up the screen earlier today than usual. And I actually don't know. Are you supposed... What's the best thing to do? Is it to start a stream, you know, 15 minutes beforehand and have the waiting screen? Or is it better to do like a crisp start in the beginning? Or, you know, at the... what do you call it? At the turn of the hour, basically. Because I remember back in the day, I mean, probably like 15 years or so ago, when I started to watch streams on internet, I think people then had long wait timers, like starting soon, and like, you know, like a 30-minute countdown. I don't know if people do that anymore. I think they don't. But I don't watch too many streams either. Sorry for the slow start, by the way. I need a coffee. It's been, as usual, a long day, and I feel a bit slow, so I think it's going to be a bit, my pace will be a bit slower, it's going to be a bit more chill. I hope the music is I guess chilling is has negative connotations. I hope the music, you know, is suitable for the mood, at least for my mood, although I cannot hear the music. Okay, I think first thing to do should probably be to just have a look at some inspiration. I need to find my Chrome. Because there is, yeah, in the demo there is relaxing. That's a good word. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I feel kind of relaxed, and I'm not sure I'm able or want to get into high gear. um, but yeah, that was sort of what I was trying to say earlier, but I struggled to get it out. But so what I was saying, I'm still going to do the tangents as usual. That's me. What was I saying? Yeah, the demo has the, what is that one called? Seismometer, or seismometer is probably the proper term, and that looks, you know, this is sort of what it would have looked like if it was real, but in the game it's like a big golden blob bobbing up and down. And that's a good point, it's golden, and I kind of like that as well. So maybe, because this item you haven't seen, it's also an interactable from the full game. It has a link to corruption as well, so that's why I sort of thought that's going to be the color pattern that we're using today. Because for me the purples are basically the color of the corrupted. So I don't know if you have realized, but there are no purple creatures in the game, and if it's purple or has the combination purple and red, it's going to be a corrupted. I guess the demo only has the corrupted though, so that's a good point. But the other creatures in the full game also have the same color scheme basically. So that's why I'm going with this. And then for me, gold is, I mean, it's like a precious color normally. Feels a bit, I don't know, it's a bit magical, cool, I don't know. Less natural, I guess. So it looks a bit more, I don't know, suitable, I think. Anyhow, if I will Google corruptometer though, I mean, if this is sort of the starting point, I don't see what I could do with this. It's like, and I swear no. How many hits can we see? We cannot see, but what is it, like 15? Hello, waffles or waffles. Waffles? Oh, that would be so good. Some waffles and some cream and some jam. That would be great. But okay, I'm not sure exactly what to Google. It's like meter. Nah, then I will get the measurement, of course. Maybe I should more rather start drawing something and we see where we end up. I guess in my head I'm thinking sort of like a device with like a block bottom, sort of like this one actually, but maybe, yeah, some kind of or maybe I could redo this. Nah, never mind. But maybe some kind of block bottom and then some kind of, I don't know, it's not going to work visually to look at it, but maybe something that indicates that you could read it. So. Maybe, okay, in my head it's now block bottom, some kind of rod or prong or whatever, or maybe like a tuning fork. Oh, that would be cool. That would actually sort of work with the lore. I mean, it's not scientific, or I'm not trying to be extremely accurate, but if it was sort of tuning fork looking, that could mean that the tuning fork with some magic in it could be the, what kind of senses the, senses the corruption coming in. On the other hand, we also have something like a radar dish, maybe. I'm just thinking out loud, but that's sort of what I need to try to figure out. I have an idea for an extreme mode. Critters take 2 times sadness damage. Uh-oh. And if a critter loses its happiness, they turn into a corrupted. And Knight have a 90% chance to, for corrupted to spawn. It's details could could be modified, but I think it would be cool with an extreme mode. I actually have a... I will start painting soon, I promise. There is a story in my backlog about doing... Oh, sorry. Stories, basically, if you don't know, it's basically like a task to do. Usually called stories. And that one is basically surrounding... Not an extreme mode, so I have one of those too, sort of like a hardcore mode where you get less help. Maybe you need to actually know yourself what all the creatures need. So it's sort of like a, you know, if you're an expert at the game, play this mode for a great challenge. But the extreme mode thing, that's also interesting. We will see where I end up at launch. But I do want to redo some of the sandboxy bits. It would be really cool if it was possible to have more sandbox stuff, like from a UX point of view in the menu. Because I'm sort of thinking, you know, what if that could be a sandbox mode as well? You know, like an extreme mode, or what I'm thinking, sort of like a survival thing, where it just gets harder and harder with time, and your goal is basically to manage your garden until I actually don't know what the condition would be. This is sort of more like a brainstorming thing still in my head, but I would like to support adding that. It would be really cool if that could be modded in, but regardless, you know, could be a future update as well after launch. So I'm going to look into that. At least sort of the sandbox. Is it possible to somehow make it easy to add new ones and select them for the player? So we'll see. I do think, like, for some of your examples, like 2 times sadness damage, I mean, why not? Turn into corrupted, I mean, that's one idea. Maybe 90% chance for corrupted to spawn would be annoying, because I know people sometimes, or in general, don't want every day to be sort of... Sometimes you just want to move on to the next day, and if it's always like a given that you will have to defeat a corrupted wave, maybe that gets annoying in the end. On the other hand, if it's a mode, you know, maybe it's fine. Because no one has to play that mode, really. Okay, that was a long way around before getting to the painting, but I think we're there now. And it's good, because my brainstorming... Okay, this is a tangent, but my brain open... What do you call it? Like open... yeah, what do you call it? It's sort of like bouncing board. I'm bouncing boarding... No, is that the word? Bouncing board? Ballpark? Bouncing, whatever, with you. Rubber ducking, that's a good word. Rubber ducking with you. Okay, I think I'm just going to try to actually make the frame. I want it to look a bit different from this one, but I will make the frame, and instead of the purple thing here, we will have... okay. I will show you. Like, in my head, I'm now thinking something like this. What? Thank you. Something like this. Not with the exact colors and shapes and stuff, but sort of like two planes, or, well, they will have some volume, so it will be more bouncing the ideas around. Exactly. Something like this. I actually don't know what I would call this, but I feel like I have seen similar things in, you know, like Star Trek or stuff. You know, I don't know if this makes sense, but that could also be an sort of alternative. So instead of having like the purple and yellow inside, it would be maybe like a glass cage, and the idea would be that somehow shows if corrupted are incoming. I'm not sure. The nice thing is I can also switch these around later before releasing, if I feel like one of these odd items would be more suitable for something else. So I tried to find digital artists in live streams, and boy, I found I love seeing different styles, but art for a game. I just saw that. I'm now reading this out loud. I realized. I saw the trailer and it looks really good. Oh wow, I will wish this it. Oh cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Yeah, it's. I think we started doing these streams maybe. We did the first one around Christmas, and then I think it was February the first recurring one came. We did the first recurring one, and I'm honored that you call me an artist, or digital artist. If you have been the people that have been here before, probably know the story that at some point when I started out making this game, it looked way different, the stuff. Let's put it like that. My proficiency level was way worse, or way lower. But cool, welcome, welcome. How did you find the stream, by the way? Was that like the algorithm? Because that's one thing that we have noticed is, I mean, concurrent view count is not super high, but then we still get a few hundreds of views per stream, which, you know, I don't know who that is, and it's it's interesting at least. But that happens. I mean, for me, it's basically just filming work. I'm a bit slower because I talk a lot and I go on weird tangents, but it's basically doing what I normally would have done anyway. But talking a bit and interacting a bit, which I find really fun. So for me, it's more like a break for me, honestly. Been playing some Dying Light. Okay, Dying Light 2. Is that the zombie game? Am I correct? In real estate, almost every game has a side where you can just relax and don't think about problems. Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's actually a term for that in games. I think it's called... or maybe it's not a term, but I read at least something around it. Sort of like in even like Dark Souls, you always have this safe area where you level up and stuff. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but and I think that's actually a really important thing, and I love that in games, especially when the games are harder or, you know, scarier, so to speak, that you have some kind of safe haven, like a hub or hub world thing. So yeah, I just put on show only live streams. Ah, cool. Lots of content farms on YouTube. I imagine. Found this in the sea of that stuff. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Next step. Oh, I feel so slow today, but this is great. I feel cozy. That's better. So I'm not sure what to do. So this is one option I have in my head, sort of like a glassed in kind of... It's sort of like a not test tube, but one of those, you know, test chambers from horror games. Could be something like that, or more like a radar dish or antenna or something that could work too, or a spin on that where it's sort of like a tuning fork. And I really like the musical motif that would bring in. So I don't know. If you have any ideas, I give you 30 seconds, or I will just go with one of them. And I will drink some coffee. Like if you have a preference, I mean, or preference. Oh, so good. It's my first coffee for the day, and also the last, because it's 6:30, and I try to do my last coffee at 6. So I'm a bit not behind, but a bit over past that point. But I still want one coffee. Okay. I think we're going with tuning fork. I'm not sure. I think I want to explore this idea with this thing. I actually kind of dig the visual. But that would maybe be for some kind of other item. But I wanna, yeah. But I still wanna do like a plate in the bottom. Didn't we do that last? Oh, we did one earlier. We did a lightning rod. That sort of had the same vibe. It had like a dark plate in the bottom because it makes it real easy to place in the game. But I want it sort of like that, but a bit thinner, maybe, as to not, you know, put too much focus on the slab itself, but more the the fork that we're going to draw now. And we'll see. We'll see what happens, as usual. If you're new here, or maybe I should say if you're regular, you know what I say every time. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know how this will turn out. And in the end, usually looks alright. Usually looks alright. So do I want... actually not sure. Maybe we do a cross actually. Oops. Then I went to look for something and I saw that almost 5 streams are about volcano. Oh yeah. I just saw that on the news. Like, I don't know anything about it. Is it bad? I saw there were people evacuated at least, so I hope people are safe and that people's homes are safe. But yeah, I don't know anything about it. Brings my mind back to the day when there was this big ash cloud. That must have been 15 years ago now. That, you know, air travel and stuff basically closed down. Oh, what am I doing here? That's a shadow. We don't want. Air travel and stuff closed down in, I guess, in Europe. I don't remember how far it spread, but okay. Yeah, I kind of like this. Now that I see this, I kind of wish the original was thinner. Yeah, well, I can modify that another time if I want to. So now, what I know that I basically cheated by copy pasting in my slab I already did. I mean, you don't know that I did it, but I can assure you I did. Oh, what did I do wrong here? Ah, okay. Just putting down a shadow, and yeah, I think we will try this at least. So now I want to try to make a tuning fork. Let's call it fork. Let's do some organization here. I feel a bit lost. Let's call it 1. And I think I will animate this one so it won't have more variations. Because at least in my head, I'm thinking maybe some kind of electricity or something jumping between the tuning fork prongs, I guess you call them. What's this? That's the slab. And this is then the shadow. And we're good to go. I have no idea if you hear my drinking or not. I know that's a trigger for people. I might have some of that myself, so I hope I don't drive you nuts. Here in the country it was raining so badly, sorry, YouTube icon in the way, so badly the water went up to your knees. Holy moly! Where are you from, Waffles? I mean, it's been raining here, but you know, more like a healthy dose of rain as to not dry out nature too much. Holy cannoli. Is that then, I guess, what do you call that? When like rivers and stuff overflow? I mean, I assume that's what happened, or... Because it, yeah, it definitely sounds like one of those... Yeah, I don't know the English term for it actually. Overflowing events? No. The Netherlands. Ah, okay. But that's real close as well. I mean, I'm in Gothenburg, Sweden, so basically, what can it be? 600 kilometers, maybe? Interesting. Not sure which angle I want. I actually should think of that first. I kind of like when it's diagonal because it gives more a 3D. It sells the 3D or fake 3D nature of the game better. So I should probably actually do the formula, which is 2 vertical to 1, no, 2 horizontal to 1 vertical. Oh, and it's actually 4 wide. Let's, oops. Let's fix that. Whoop. Yeah. Maybe we want those. Good. And this is going to look horrible now before we shade it. That's always my start. It looks bad, and then in the end I say, that's not too bad. We can live with this. So those 2 would be on that one, and then 3 more. Yep. No, wait. Yeah, exactly. Something like this. Man, it's... oh, wow. I'm reminded of those American football goals. Doesn't the tuning fork... Wait, this is horribly off. This is more like a... Forgot the name now. Those pitchforks. I guess it should be more something like that. Maybe slightly thicker. Because when you have 3 pixels, you at least have some... Actually, like 3 pixels the least. If you have 2, you have basically a light and dark. With the shading, that is. Which is okay. When you have 3, it basically becomes light in the middle and dark, which looks a bit too much of a gradient for me. I might move on from... Or maybe I do 1 shade for 2 pixels and then like a highlight on the brim or rim. Brim or rim? Brim or rim? Probably rim. Maybe I'm wrong anyway. Have to go. See ya, guys, and always have a nice pixel arting. Thank you, Benedict, and thank you for showing up yet again. Always nice to have you pop in. I have no idea how to make this look interesting. I mean, I know I want to have some... let's do some shadow while we're at it. I want some... that shadow is not so good. Maybe, as I said, some lightning or whatever in between the prongs. But like my vibe I'm getting is not that good yet. Probably I would need some grubbles. We have this discussion. I have this discussion with myself every week, and I'm going to call it grubbles. Don't want to stand out, but one thing you need to know about me: I will probably be in every stream from now on. That's okay. It happened with multiple other people. I can't miss a single live stream. I'm fine with that. Trust me. For me, it's always nice to see people come back and stuff. It's like, as I said before, it's in a way, it's just me sort of doing my job, not trying to make it a living or anything. These colors are horrible. I don't know what I'm doing. But company is really nice, so I really appreciate it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oof. Yeah, I'm still not feeling it. I'm sorry. It's I would need some shading here, I think, to sell better that it's now going up, but actually we need a darker one here. Okay, I need to think for a second, I think, because I don't know what to do with it. It's basically like it's so tiny. Maybe that's the thing, and I want some kind of... Oh, but okay. What if... Let's see, I will hide this for a second. Blunk. We could take some inspiration from the lightning rod. As I said earlier, I'm a bit slow today, so I also feel like my inspiration speed is slow. But take a look at this. Oh wow, okay, thank you Windows for smudging my pixel art. Here we go. Oh, which one is it now? Low. Heh. Should be fine. Yeah. This one has these little... I don't know what to call them, but I imagine it's as those... I don't know what it's made of, like ceramics probably, that you have on, like, I think some real life lightning rods actually have them. I think we stole a lot of ideas from real ones, you know, with some prongs standing out and a center prong. We just took everything from different lightning rod types and made it into a huge, huge thing. And I was thinking maybe we could do something similar here. So the top has like a little ball or two, maybe like the spiral. That's always a good one to suit the theme. And you know, maybe these, I don't know what to call them, like the circles. And then of course, oh, maybe this base. I don't want to steal it straight off, but something like this base, and then I guess the main attraction would be the lightning in between the things. So the bad news with doing stuff like this is I have no source material from real life. The good news is no one can tell me this is wrong. Of course it's a corruptometer. They always look like this. One example of this is with a YouTuber called Rune Skiamorph. She's pretty unrated and her videos are very high quality, which with good laughs would recommend. Oh cool, makes comics. So you're basically following only maybe art streams. But that's cool. I don't watch that many streams myself actually, but I tune into some now and then, including some art streams, but not very often. And mostly, I mean, except Bob Ross maybe. I guess I've seen a few Bob Ross stuff, or whoever runs that stuff nowadays. And I'm not sure, okay, different tangent again, but I'm not sure about the color. I know this looks horrible. This is just sort of like the I don't know what to call it, block out kind of thing, but I'm not sure which color to use. Because the easy one would be to use like gold, like everything else. But I also want, I really want the purple in somehow. Because after all, it's a corruptometer. I don't know. Let's start somewhere and it will end up just fine. This is probably wrong. Well, the light would come from here, so... Right, but we want it three-dimensional. Okay, sorry, I need to think for a second. Because we would need the shaded bits, actually, here as well. Oof. And we also need me to talk less. I'm way too slow today. But it would be something like that, I guess. Maybe... let's start with this. See where that takes us. Whoop, whoop. We do some shading here. It could give us some... Oh, sorry, I forgot what I always do. I put down a background. This. Normally I do purple or some variation of it, just to make it easy to see what's happening while I draw, but since we're already dealing with sort of purplish colors, I should probably go with maybe green today. Here we go. Good one. If there was a little gold ball in between the purple and gold, that would make a better transition, make it look better. Sort of like here. Yeah, I could see that. I think that's a good idea. One of those little, I don't know, groobles. What's this? Ah, okay. Reference material. I want to keep it out of the main thing. What? Oops. Go on, back. Let's try something like that. Need to think, should it be sort of single color? In my head, I think the bottom, it's sort of like a sphere, and then bottom it's golden or yellowy, and top is purpley. Purpley. I don't know how to say that. So then it would be something like that, and we would have not the easiest shape actually. Or sometimes it's easy to make the kind of spherical stuff, but I don't know. Well, probably if we... Tuning forks are sometimes placed onto a hollow box for a better resonance. Really good point. Perhaps that will give you some inspiration. No, that's really good. I will keep that in mind. So actually I should probably... Tuning fork. I should Google tuning fork. I don't know why I didn't. Oh look, we have already inspiration. I should have done this. I don't know what this is on the top. It looks sort of like a thing where you can... Ah, it's adjustable. Okay. To increase or decrease the wavelength or whatever. Maybe I skip though. Ah, but it would look cool. It would look cool. Hello, what's the app name? It's Krita. If you don't see, maybe I have also configured the stream incorrectly. No, should be good. But up top you can see. Well, I can write it. Krita. It's free, open source. I really like it. It's not as good as, you know, Photoshop in terms of they don't have the same funding, but it works really well and I really like it. It's not the best for pixel art because it's sort of not like a normal pixel drawing engine, but it works really well, I think, to do pixel art anyway. And I sometimes I use do you see it? No. Ah, I cannot see what I'm looking at. Wait. That's me. Here we go. What do you call them? Like a tablet? Drawing tablet? Sometimes use that for... I mean, it works for pixel art, but also it works decently for drawing normal art or whatever. Tuning fork resonator. Yeah, that's a good Googling. Oh, that was a sweet image. Sorry, I need to... What is this? Interesting stuff. Okay, yeah, that's excellent. That's sort of, kind of a bit like the other boxy idea, but not completely. That would actually be really cool. Sort of like a box in the bottom and it's hollow, and that's super easy to make. That will take me 1 minute or something, I don't know. And then a tuning fork on top. So okay, that's good. That's really good. Let's increase the height of this one. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it. I feel the inspiration is coming. Thank you. I just want to have some more height, just in case. Take some height for height, I guess. Because then I also want the fork. But then we will have, okay, so let's say it's the fork, the ball, the box. That would look decently. And the fork might be a bit taller. Let's look at forks again. Because my guess is this thing in the bottom actually don't have, I don't know, do you see the mouse cursor? Yeah, I think you do. My guess is the thing in the bottom actually doesn't serve a purpose more than, you know, you can hold it. And the function is from the, I don't know, the other bit. So what we probably can do is play around slightly with the length here, sort of here, and that should be decently looking, at least. Doesn't have to be explained physically. Again, it's a corruptometer. Maybe that should have another name as well. So if you didn't hear it in the intro, it's basically an item that you can press. And right now it only has a placeholder asset. But when you press it, it gives you, basically says if there are corrupted incoming. which what was I saying? Yeah, and the name is corruptometer because it sort of measures corrupted, but you know, it could also be more like corrupt alert or I don't know. If you have an idea, let me know. We're actually right now finalizing a lot of text strings because we're doing a translation round next week. So that means we need to have some stuff finalized, or as much as possible finalized. It's not going to be everything, but a big chunk of the game will actually be written down. So if we want to change the name, that would be a good moment. If I'm clogging up the chat, you're definitely not. But if you're clogging up the chat, I'm sorry. I can be a bit talky at times. No, it's fine. It's hardly a 1,000 person stream, you know, with the chat going zoom, 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 zoom. It's it's definitely fine. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. I don't know why. I just don't like how it looks when you have exactly 3. When it's 4, it's fine. When it's 2, it's fine. But 3 makes it such a even gradient. It kind of loses the pixel nature of it. Maybe I'm picky. I don't know. I will still keep it for now. Add some highlights because sometimes I like adding highlights before we should technically do it. But I want a better feel for the piece, so to speak. Why is this off? I should have... Yep. Oh boy. A bit darker. Sorry. Sometimes I'm not sure what I'm doing. Here we go. A bit better. A bit better. Something's off here as well. Probably I want it a bit thicker. Let's see tuning fork. Tuning forks are huge. I don't know why I'm complaining about the thickness, and I don't just fix it. This is going to be great. No comments. I'm sure it will be great at some point. Let's okay, now we need to start indicating shape, it seems like. Usually I do that with like indents and stuff. Not, you know, I'm not sure these are supposed to represent anything, but when you see it, you can sort of get a better idea of this is a circular. Actually, tuning forks are not circular either, right? Oh, if some were, I could be fine, but I actually wanted to evoke the feeling of tuning fork. So that's a good point. Okay. It is, but that's good. It's going slow, but I feel like we're actually moving forward. What? Oh, this is bad. Somehow I had a green color. That makes it invisible. Yep. Here we go. I don't like this purple, but we need something for now. That should be good. Sorry. And then I don't know. I feel like I sort of lost myself a bit. Here we go, and one there. I guess that's one of the issues. I could make it thicker actually, then it's fine. I have made a boo-boo somewhere because it's not aligning properly. I think it's because this is sort of the... I don't know what you call it, sort of it's not the center, but it's the corner. That makes this 2 in width, and this should be 2 in width. And then it aligns up here, and everyone's happy. Good. It's a bit cramped, because, as usual, there's not too many pixels to play with. Should do it like this, probably, or rather like that. Way too dark. Let's play it simple and add shading later, or yeah, shading and contrast, I should say. Yeah, I think I have made some kind of mistake, because this is the border, and that would mean this is the shape. It's always a bit off with pixels, but this is better, I think. Maybe instead of putting spheres at the top, you put little pointy tops. Yeah, that could be cool, like those on those antique metal fences. Antique. Okay, I think I know what you mean. Sort of like the don't like this. Be careful fences. Is that arrows? Öppna bilderflik. Thank you, Google, for... Oh, well. Yeah, that could be... I think that could work as well. Let's play around and see what works. Alright, and that means this is correct. 1, 2... No. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then it's 1, 2... Holy moly. Not sure why. 1. I hate this pixel count. It's basically... Maybe I'm completely off in my estimation of... But I have this issue with some other items as well, like the fences and stuff. Actually, I think this would look better anyway. Okay. Let's keep it for now. I will polish that later. I want to block out the shape first a bit more, even though I'm already doing a lot of shading. Because this looks also a bit off. Also, this is a bit too strange. Let's move on to blue. Perfect. Fork. This color is better, like so. Sometimes I like to have 2 different colors for front facing and top. It's sort of 50-50 what I do in the game. But you know, do you see? It looks way too uneven. Okay, so I'm trying to sort of minimize the damage, even though it is what it is in a way. Yeah. And then we would need, this is way too dark. Or I like contrast. I think it's really good to have. So maybe it's not too dark, but right now I'm not sure where we will end up with different shades. So right now it feels too dark at least. Actually, what I will do now is not do unnecessary work. I will copy paste. There's nothing wrong with that. We are doing digital art after all. Here we go. Perfect. So now it's a beefy looking tuning fork. Wow, wee. Also, this wouldn't be highlighted because... Oh, it depends on how we do this. Normally I do it on the top because the light comes from the top. So let's do it that way. I wanted to sort of have a clear separation between this bit, like this bit, and the rod beneath. Much better though. Because I'm thinking it's smaller the rod here is smaller than the actual fork. It's so big, but I kind of dig it. It's not centered though. That annoys me to a great degree. Let's merge. All right. Silly me. Why is it not centered? I thought I started centered. It's 9 wide here. And here it's... Oh, wow. Oh, okay, it's because... Yeah. Well, we can fix that. Weird question, but if you would eat anything for your last meal, what would it be? Was it could? I guess in practice there will be a last meal. Maybe, although I might not know it's the last one. Morbidly enough. Sorry for that. I don't know, actually. I love food way too much to choose one. I had this amazing cream, though, a few weeks back. It was from, I think it was from, what kind of restaurant was it? I don't remember. I didn't buy it myself. I got it delivered to me from a friend, or by a friend. And is it some kind of Middle Eastern restaurant? But I don't remember the exact, origin of the food right now. But it was so good. It was sort of like a garlic kind of cream, and I love garlic, and I cannot describe it. It was such a different flavor. I haven't tasted anything since. It was basically very strong, intense garlic, but it wasn't too much, and it was salty, and it was probably like the best thing I ever had. So probably that thing, whatever that is. And that's not a food in itself, but I would eat it raw, or by itself, or with whatever. And if I cannot have that, probably like anything I can make with tomato sauce I love as well. I'm getting real hungry now, though. Thinking of food. Oh, as I said, I love food so much. Okay, this doesn't look too round yet. That's a problem. Solvable problem, but still a problem. All right, and this, okay, right, this was supposed to be the globe thing. So that would be, it should be bright here, where we have the, I don't know, the angle. And here it should be pretty dark, I guess. And then let's do again, it's like the pixel density always messes with everything. Okay, it could be something like that, though. I'm trying my best. Not the end of the world, but I don't like when I feel like I don't manage to do the thing I want to do. Okay, think. This is the ball, and then behind the ball is the shadow. But yeah, okay. Now the same thing happens. I do the thing I know I should do with the shading, which is to do sort of like the top bit is where the light ends up, and then, I have done so many balls before. Here it is. I will prove it to you. Okay, let's do a better tool. So here would be the ball. Okay, it's not round, but it's a good start. And if I had more shades to play with, it would look even better. What did I mess up now? Well, something like that. And then you could actually have the highlight come here. And now we have something very bally looking. For some reason that doesn't work here. But now, maybe? Just looks off. This work? I usually don't use these transformation tools because due to the pixel art nature, things start to look extremely strange when stretched out, but I don't know. Remove ball for now, and sorry. Might be too few pixels to do it correctly. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just complaining and need to spend a bit more time to actually make it work. Because here it would also be, I mean, you want the shadow and you want the, oops, the shading. Ah, here it is. Ah, let's go with this for now, and I will polish it at a later date, as usual. So I usually end up with something-ish finished with the stream. So I won't spend too much time on that one, because at some point I know I will touch it up before I feel like it's finished. Also, yeah, I think this is slightly too, no, what? This feels so dark. Oh, I know why. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And then that would mean that's how I did it. That should mean we can, I don't know. Ish that thing, whatever that is. Just to give it some detail. Ah. And sorry, that's the wrong color. I usually do one step at a time. So I do dark into brighter, and then I keep, I don't know how to describe it, but when I move from dark to bright, even though it's sort of like not a crease, but like a, what do you call those things? Ah, my words today. Like a hole in the thing. I sort of still also increase the brightness of the hole, unless it's, you know, super deep, because then I would keep, you know, that thing, and then we add maybe some highlights, and it looks good. But I think I want to go with the small one now, just to indicate, you know, the tiniest of I don't know, like the cuts, sort of. I don't know. And then we do the on the underneath side, the highlight from the light, and everything is good, except here where it looks strange, because I drew it on the wrong place. So something like this, and that actually makes it look pretty good, I think. So I will actually just copy this, copy, paste. Let's not spend too much time on these things. What happened here? Beg your pardon? What? Oh, right. It's different. No one told me. It's because, I mean, so we would have something like that, and then we could have something like that, but it doesn't make sense. Okay, it does make sense. This is the dark color, and the darkest of them is more like the, I don't know what to call it. It's sort of like even darker. I usually use it to, I don't know what to call it. Sort of like in normal, in some pixel art you have this, where you have like black outlines surrounding everything. And I kind of, at least in this game, I do not that, but I still try to do clear outlines. So even though I do gradients and stuff with the pixels, or gradients, I still want to have something that's sort of like an outline on one side. So here you see a dark one, and on the other side I have the bright one. So that's sort of what I try to convey, but I don't have a name for it. It's just like a pattern that I'm doing. Also, that's always funny with perspectives and stuff. This would mean this need to be further up. Because this would be, I guess, if we calculate it, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It should be here. Yeah? Yeah. Almost as if math, not math is important. I mean, okay. Can we do this either way? Measure 9, 10. Yeah, okay. Here we go. It's good looking. Let's merge. As usual, I want to have as few layers as possible. I would probably merge the slab and the fork as well in the end. But we have some details in, or details. Any native English speaker, feel free to, or anyone I guess, feel free to correct me. Maybe it's one of those American British thing that always gets me, because in general, I know the differences, but then there are words where I'm like, I'm probably mixing it up a bit too much. I think I would like that, no? We'll see, I will deal with those details, whatever, later. I'm trying to get a feeling for the width, but it's sort of looking okay. Maybe this should actually be a one step thicker again. Yeah, maybe actually. I don't know. It's easy to modify after, but that also changes stuff here, so I'm not sure I should venture into too many changes. Let's keep this for now. It's good. And then the light would be coming from here, so this should actually not be very dark, should it? I wanted that color. And this should not be dark, so you would have dark to border. Yeah, something is off with the geometry of the whole thing, but I will make do. Sort of like this. Maybe like this. I don't know. We will deal with that later. I want to move on to the shadow. I know I shouldn't, or not shouldn't. I know it's not the most important thing. Why is it invisible? No, it's here. But it would be nice for me, I think, to have a reference. And the shadows are usually one, what do you call it, like sort of 1 by 1 in the angle. That's just sort of like a standard I set. And what I mean is, for every 1 pixel horizontal, we go 1 vertical, you know, like a stair or whatever. That's way too thick, by the way. But I still want to have some shadow, just so that we see. It just feels more placed in an environment when you have a shadow. It makes it a bit more not realistic, but basically how it would feel in the game. Come on, here we go. So it would be, yep, something like that, and then we do some And it's on an angle, which is actually, it's a good point. It's actually not compared to the sun. Let's see. We don't have so much space. I mean, I can increase the width of the image. I try not to spend too much resources on the shadow. You know, I want it to look convincing enough, but also not standing out too much. But here, yeah, I feel like I need to, actually. 64, let's just do 90 for now. Not to spend time on this too much. Okay. Usually the shadow is a bit smaller in the game than it would be, but I'm fine with that. I don't think you notice, and if you do, well, blame me or something. I don't know. Okay. Something like this. Let's do one last layer. Okay. So that's good. Why does it look strange? Yeah, it's centered on the wrong... Can we fix that before moving on? Maybe? I think that would be more proper. Yeah. Okay. Right, we need to... Okay, either we start... Let's move on to the fork things. So what we need to do is do some kind of detail on top. Maybe like the fancy spiky bits. Can try that. And then I probably want to have some more color variation. So I'm thinking adding like a band of yellow, just to do something different. Then the resonance box, and we'll see with animation. I might probably skip it for today, because it usually takes some time. On the other hand, lightning might not be too hard, but we're running low on time. I'm probably doing 20 more minutes or so. So I'm going to do the resonance box and the spiky bits. I think that's will make a good point, or stopping point. This bit looks a bit strange. Need to solve that later. Sorry, I just need to... I just want to try it once more. Doesn't matter. Also, probably. Yeah. Okay, spiky bits. We can do another layer for now, in case we want to remove it. Actually, should look. Spiky fence. Well, I'm not doing these spikes. I'm also not doing barbed wire. How about this? Holy cannoli. Yeah, I'm thinking more ornamentally looking, although it can look like it has some function as well. Let's just shoot for this and see. Looks a bit... Maybe it can be a bit flatter on top. Round would be nice. It's a bit hard to... I think with this pixel... Nah, maybe not. We can try. That was kind of... Let's try something like this then. We have a shape. We have a... Ooh, 3. That's usually hard to make a good round 3. I guess we can try for 4, but then it gets real big. 2. Okay, let's do 2 for now. See, that's good enough. Doesn't look like it. Looks too thick or thin. Let's do another thingy, and then Yeah, it's too few pixels. Let's make it wider. Yeah, the bad news is... Okay, but that works. Okay, we can do 1 pixel. How about that? It looks so stupid. Maybe it's a good one when some shading comes in. Oops. Never press Control W. Noted. Here we go. So that would be darker. Let's go with real darkness. Not too bad. Yeah, it would be dark, I guess. Theory. Oh, okay, it's technically angled wrong. Okay, so now I would need to do this with the angle to be sort of aligned with the rest. I think I'm going to skip that. I don't think we have the pixels to make it look good, honestly. And I think this is a decent middle ground. Although it's a bit too shiny. I mean, regardless of what it looks like details, and that's sort of what I'm after. Just something that looks visually a bit interesting. That's good. Maybe we want to try, see if we can get this, or like a darker version of, nope. I don't know what this, it's a very strange purple, because there are, in the palette, there aren't too many similar colors to this one in particular. I'm not sure, because there are more purples down here, but they are more blue, I guess. Or no, they are more red, maybe. I don't know. I'm not that good with figuring out. See, all of these are so different in, what do you call it, like the color? Or, yeah, I don't know. So let's, oops, let be, thank you. Let's keep this. Maybe I want indicate some kind of, nah, it's too dark. Ah, pixels are hard. Anyhow, let's do with that, and I kind of don't want to have this one, but you don't see the difference now with, I'm sort of hyper optimizing something no one will see as well. I should keep that in mind. Not too bad. I will do 2 of these, and we will see. I've seen worse. I have produced worse things. I can assure you of that. Cool. And I'm no, I'm not out of coffee. Thank you. I don't know why. I really like the taste of coffee. And I have been considering. It's really hard to find here. I don't know why. Like in every movie, Americans have, you know, decaf easily available. It seems like it's not the easiest to find decaf actually around here. I guess people like their coffee like it's intended. But I have been considering trying to find, because there are decaf coffee, but there are just less brands selling them. Just to be able to taste. You know, sometimes I have like a craving at 11 p.m. and, you know, if I would drink it, I would probably not sleep so well. So I have come from the lands of the other room, now watching upon the live stream. I have no idea what that means. I mean, I understand the words, but what exactly happened is I'm kind of picturing that you were in another room. You went out of the room to perhaps eat. I don't know. That's a Benedict thing at least. Usually, they usually eat at around 8:30, 6:30 or so, and then maybe pop back in a bit. And say, "Oh, you're still on." So maybe that's the thing. But that makes sense. I'm kind of getting hungry from the food talk earlier. Oh man, I would like a... The thing, okay, I'm really bothered by this. Like, again, look. So I remove this, and now it's symmetric and everything, but it sort of blends together with the color up top. So another solution would actually be to change the color of the tuning fork. Not sure I want that, so I think I will have to do with... It sort of looks like it's something poking out of the thingy. Took a little break, went to eat. I don't have a compressor, so I tried to be not too have too varying volumes. But I feel good with myself that I called it. I understood all those words in video, yes, not together. Yeah, exactly. But also, with this one, I actually understood the words together. It was sort of like another meta layer. So I knew the words, I knew what they meant. Like, I knew what they meant linguistically. But there could be so many interpretations. Like, what is the lens of the other room? Is that some kind of odd reference? Or is it, you know, like literally, I was in another room and I ate some food? You never know. I actually want to try, before moving on, I want to try, because that's quite nice. Sometimes, as you can see, you can actually remove a pixel and it looks good. I'm not sure this is the good one, because now it looks, that's the thing with the pixel art. Once you remove one whole pixel, the geometry, now it's like a big gap in the thing. And also at this angle, you actually wouldn't see the gap. You would see basically probably like a shadowy version of the thing. And now we're actually back to what it looked like earlier. Never mind. It was nice. What did you eat? Maybe you can inspire my food choice. I think I need to go for a shopping run as well. In maybe around 8, so in like half an hour or a bit, maybe a bit more. So maybe I need to do some groceries, or you know, maybe I get some fast food today. I am sometimes lazy like that. Definitely better with a different color up top. I like it. Although this top looks a bit strange for now. Maybe I will fix it at some point. I'm really slow today. Before moving on to the box, the resonance box, which again, this was a really good idea. I want to see if we can make a little dent or something in the top here. I don't think it looks very good. But in my head, it's sort of, again, just something to break up the shape of everything a bit. You know? Make it look a bit, I guess, worn or used, or just a bit intriguing to the eye. You know, it doesn't have to be mean anything, really. So, and it's sort of the same with these kind of things. Oh, right, I wanted to have a color band. That's one thing I do wait a little of in the game, is switch up the colors. Not saying this will look good now, but I really want to try, because I think it's usually, I don't know, usually works for me at least. This would actually be up here, and this would be here. And probably it's quite dark, so no, it's too bright. Maybe we would have actually. Maybe. Yummy. Oh wow, it was mostly leftovers, but I used them for a delicious meal. Some cooked vegetables, nice. Broccoli, nice. Bell pepper. Bell pepper I really like. 1 week ago, 1.5, I was at my parents and we had a barbecue, and one of the things we barbecued, and we also have mice or corn and bell pepper. So good. Mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms. Some spices and rice. Nice. Looks good. Except mushrooms. I would love that myself. Maybe the dent could sort of look like a curly bracket just sideways. Curly bracket. I know what one is. Are you thinking the dent here or a dent here? Yeah. Just trying to picture where you want the bracket, basically. I'm not sold on this idea. On the other hand, I haven't tried all the colors. I think I'm going to skip this idea for now. When I revisit this and do some polish after the stream, because I will do a second round with these things, because usually you have some good ideas, and then when you come back, it's just like writing a text or whatever. Once you do a second pass, it usually turns out a bit better than the first time, I guess. First time after time. So bad. I recently tried barbecued watermelon. Okay, that's a new one for me. Quite edible, but it was surprisingly good. If you haven't heard of it, you may take a weird face. Or wait, if you haven't heard of it, you may take a weird face. Yeah, yes, like I just did. If so, look it up, it's a thing. I mean... Oh wow! I like the looks of it. It looks suspiciously much like meat, though. Is this pineapple? No, smoked watermelon ham. Holy moly! Because it looks like a roast or whatever, but you can clearly see it's like the structure of the thing it's not meat. Oh wow! It looks like maybe grilled salmon or something. That's really interesting. I shall remember this for the next barbecue, I think. Not bad. Oh, so good. Look, I can see corn. I can see bell pepper. I mean, what more do you need? Maybe some watermelon. Wow, I'm so slow today. I made 2 prongs and it took me 1 hour. I want to do the resonance box though, because that's like the main part of the main thing. So let's try that. It sort of caramelizes the juices. Huh. Because I guess it's like sugary, and then the water evaporates, and then the sugar caramelizes. Caramelizes. Tastes smoky. Oh, okay. That's not what I expected. Wow. That sounds really cool, actually. Never heard of it. Definitely. Is this animated? Oh, okay, it is. It jumps around when you press play. Good. Let's remove the animation bit. Sorry. Box. I'm thinking maybe we do it with a slab. Okay, let's do this for now. Since it's a box, I would probably want to redo what we did earlier. What happened there? I'm going to lift it up again until we are not that far up. I mean, okay, resonance box, because they were quite small, or you know, not tall, so short is the correct adjective. It's adjective in English, right? Adjective. Noun, verb, adjective. Adjective. I think I pronounced it incorrectly. Adjective. Adjective. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm thinking, this could actually work. This could actually work. I mean, if we pretend we have a thing like this, and then we do slabby slab, and then it doesn't have much more space, but it has a like a border. Let's remove the red for now to make it easier to see what's happening. Then we need something is strange. It's okay, never mind. It's a bit uneven, this top thing. Looks okay, I think, but let's see how it looks when we combine an even one with an uneven one. Might be a bit strange. So we would have a dark inside, and we would probably have this color, also a brighter one, like so. Yeah, ish. Not done, but a good start, I would say. It be like that. I've been working on the same star for 30 minutes. What star are you doing? Like I mean, I assume you're painting a star. I have no idea, honestly, what you're doing, but in my head I pictured drawing a star, like a scarf. There are 3 things I love: drawing, writing, and making bruschettas. I actually have to look at this. This sort of turned into a food stream. Oh no, that looks too yummy. Are you kidding me? Too yummy. Yummy yum. Oh. I love... The thing is, I don't really like tomatoes that much until you make something with them that isn't like a raw tomato. And suddenly it's the best thing. I posted in Discord. Oh, cool. For sure. For sure. Maybe I can... Bionk? Ah, well, I will have a look in a second. See if we can see the star. Okay, so right now I'm just trying to figure out the... I've done a billion box openings before, so that should not be an issue, or issue, if you speak like Patrick Stewart in Star Trek The Next Generation, which you of course do. I think I actually want to, with this top, I actually want to make it basically the same shape as below, because I kind of find it weird when, at least in this particular one, when it looks so very different. Let's use the brush tool quickly. It looked very weird, but I like weird. We'll see. You know, what shape this takes with when it's polished. But I mean, I've done worse things. That's for sure. Off topic, let's see. Oh, wow. Holy moly. That looks good. Okay, so you don't like... Sorry, now... I just want to see this. The star's not looking too good from far away, so I'm doing snack break and just staring at it. I mean, like my initial... my initial take is it looks really good. Lemonade Prince. Is that... what is that? Is that some... something you're working on? That looks really good. Very cute as well. I mean, I couldn't do anything like this. Because it looks like, is it like vector art or not? Or that's sort of like my initial sort of artistry, like how was this made? It looks a bit like vector art. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but looks cool. Are you... I'm really bad with names. A VTuber logo. A friend asked me to make one. Oh, cool. I mean, that makes totally sense. It looks like a vector. Yeah, cool. Nice. Are you perhaps... Because I'm really bad with names. I remember last stream we had someone... I mean, probably you. Oh, I actually drew the wrong layer. So it's time to merge them. We have one layer now. Whoop, whoop. Are you the one that's the illustrator? Yeah, exactly. Yep, I remember that. I just don't remember names or stuff. Thank you. That's cool. That's sweet. So, because you, I remember you said you're a data entry something now, right? But it seems like you're still doing illustrations, at least maybe on the side or for fun. I'm not sure what I'm doing actually with this one. I just went on autopilot for a second. Last stream wasn't you. What? I think I was touching grass at that time last week. Touching grass is nice. I like grass, but that's super weird because there was someone here who was an illustrator or who was an because I didn't remember your picture as well. But that person was an illustrator, but was now doing data entry or something like that. So I just assumed this is the same person now, because what's the chance of having multiple illustrators? I love the topic of food. You can easily make people crave eating 5 tons of snacks. Yep, I can feel my tummy is hungry already. Just by smacking a keyboard. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm also really bad at cooking. Not like... How do I put it? I'm not bad at cooking. I'm bad at being like interested in cooking. Like most days I rather not. I feel like it's such a big hassle for me with the cleaning and stuff. But I really like when I like doing it, I love doing it. So, you know, when you cook with other people, it's way more fun for me. Because, or at least when you cook for people. So, I don't know. I'm a bit weird like that, I guess. Or I don't know if I'm weird, that's probably super common, but I know other people are way better at actually enjoying the process more than I do. That's a cool overlap. I'm applying for date. No. At this point, it must be a glitch in the matrix. You're pulling my leg. That's crazy. Maybe that's a thing, you know? I mean, let's be rational about this. It's sort of like if you're doing bouldering, I will guess you're a software engineer, because that's sort of like the stereotype. So maybe if you're a illustrator, you will apply to data entry. Yes, it's just what people do. That's so weird. All you need is a HelloFresh ad. Oh yeah, for sure. Sponsor me. I can talk about food, I guess. That's correct, I think. Yeah, it's correct. Something looks strange with this thing. Ah, no, it's also this thing. So weird, I keep saying this thing. I hope you see what I mean, at least. I think this was fine as it was, but I want this dark. What I'm doing. We might as well be doppelgangers. Yeah. I mean, if you look the same, and maybe you have the same YouTube handle. Then surely you're pulling my leg. So where are you from, Alvina? If you wanna, you don't have to dox yourself, I guess. I think this other person was from, I want to say UK, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, because I know there's a Rex is another one is from UK, so maybe I'm just thinking everyone's from UK now. My publisher's from UK as well, so maybe that's just my thing. Okay, it's a bit off looking. I should actually fix that instead of just scroll around. And with off, I mean it looks thicker on the left side, I would say. This actually looks like it should be the gold bit. And that would make this, yeah, messed it up. That will make this part the dark one. And that means, okay, this part will be, I think it's better. There's some bits and bobs off, but it doesn't have to be, I guess, perfect. I just wanted to feel good. Just feel good. If you ever played Jet Set Radio Future, that's the name. It was one of my first console games. Before then I was or not Yesta, but I was a PC person mostly. Still am now again. But that was the original Xbox, and I remember getting it for Christmas. There was a combined CD with Sega, 2 Sega games, Sega something Racing. Pretty good, I think. I don't remember the name though. And the Jet Set Radio Future. Hadn't heard about at all, didn't know what it was. But I like it. You're basically skating around on rollerblades in future Tokyo and spray graffiti. And it has a really good soundtrack. Story time over. I'm creating a fictional map for my fantasy world. Oh, that's so fun. I haven't done that, or I have started, and I know I could get totally sucked into just drawing and stuff. And since I make games, at some point I will probably make a game that contains a map that I make, and not the player, but I make the map, and that will be too much fun probably. Anyhow, it's about multiple nations with diverse cultures and brave adventurers. What makes this world special is that the architecture is medieval. That's one of those help me Brits kind of thing. I had a colleague before. I asked what you would say, and he couldn't answer the pronunciation or the proper one. So it's probably one of those. There are multiple ways to say it, and it's fine. And the tools and other things are from 1920s. Oh, okay, so that's sort of like a Prohibition era, medieval kind of. Well, okay, I think Prohibition from the USA, of course. There could be medieval cities with that army from World War One. Ah, okay, interesting. Is this like a RPG, tabletop thing, or is it you just like making maps, because I could totally see that being fun as well. I will let this one be, I think. I need to start wrapping up kind of soon. As usual, I just end up talking about stuff, but I don't know, I think it's fun. So for me, it's perfect. I hope the stream is okay as well. Like, if you expect super deep drawing commentary, maybe you're disappointed when it's mostly about barbecued watermelon and data entry. But I find it fun, so I will do that. And speaking of, here's not sorry. Now I made it sound like we were talking about you, but I was talking about people from the UK, and I remember you as being from the UK. Also, hello. I'm kind of in the wrapping up phase, but you didn't miss much drawing. I have basically, I made a box with a tuning fork on it. And if it's not obvious, it's a tuning fork that will detect. I will probably need to polish this a bit more later, but it's a tuning fork that picks up when corrupted are incoming. So basically you press it. It's sort of like if you got it in the demo, you have the seismometer, which looks interesting to say the least. It's sort of like that, but for corruption, sort of. Yeah, well, next stream, 2 weeks, so it's not very often. It's not like a daily thing. It's more right now the schedule is every 2 weeks. I take 1-2 hours. If it's Christmas stream, 4 hours, because Christmas trees are hard apparently. But yeah, it's basically every 2 weeks. But that's been a standing schedule since February or so. So if you're interested in coming back, definitely it will be on the same time. You can also pop into Discord if you'd like. Try the demo for sure. If you like the game, wish list, and well, if you like the game, that would be great. But if you don't, also feel free to come back anyway. You were lucky finding this. Thank you so much. You're from the US, right? Okay, yeah. So you're from the US. Okay. I won't remember this, but also I might remember it. I don't know. So there's an illustrator in data entry that corresponded to the same stream across the pond. Yeah, I think the other one was from UK, but I don't really remember. It's I think it might be UK, but maybe I'm just conflating things. We're definitely doppelgangers. Oh, but okay, US. So that should be sort of noon for you, depending on coast or where you are, I guess. If it's a stream, he says he needs to do. If it's a stream, he says he needs to do in 1 hour, 2 hours. Yep. Today was a stream that was supposed to end a bit earlier than this, and then we started talking about food, and I couldn't stop. Also, I want to have something produced. I feel like, as I said earlier, I'm quite slow today. I'm kind of more in a cozy... If I was playing Horticular, I would be making like a little garden, a veggie garden or something, and I wouldn't do any quests or whatever. And this, what I'm doing now, is basically just... I could go with a spiral pattern. That would actually be a bit more suitable. I'm just doing the final bit of details before wrapping up, I guess. Not bad. I'm always a bit... Because I tried to do this with another asset recently. Oh, the note block. That's a real fun one, by the way. And how... I did like a spiral thing, and I didn't really like how it turned out, because... But this one is going to be animated, so then I could actually do that the spiral glows a bit. So it sort of fades in and out, and also some lightning surrounding the... I don't know about the lightning thing, it also sounds a bit like too much maybe. So this will need some polish. Also the shadow is now completely off due to raising the height of the thing. But yeah, 10:47 a.m. Holy moly, what? Okay, so here it's 8. So if it's 11, that would make you 9. Okay, so that should be West Coast, if I know my US correctly. Not that yeah, I think that should be West Coast. I'm even creating a language for my word. I can imagine it's fun. I don't think I would dabble with like languages. Did I say languages before? Or did I say magic? I know. I can totally see it being fun, but I don't think I would be good at making languages myself. What if the purple thing has sparkles? Yeah, maybe something like that, you know, some kind of indication that it's always active. We'll see. I think this will need some polish after this, so... But it will be in the full game, and I'm really happy. Like, these streams are so weird. It's like, not only is it fun for me to just talk a bit, but I can sort of shove in assets I haven't done yet, but I know I really should have done already, into the stream and make them. And even though this is not fully complete, I kind of, you know, if I put this in the game, it would be way better than a cardboard box, that's for sure. Oops, that's not a shadow. Sorry, I just need to align. Was it aligned? I feel like I am... Because then it would start... well, I deal with that later. Sorry. And West Coast. Makes sense. Makes sense. No, it's good. I think we're going to end the stream here. Sometimes I should try it out in game. I think last week was the boat thing. And we got into the game. Or last time. That must have been it. But today I don't really have time to actually put it in and do stuff. Because I think I probably need to do a grocery run before... I actually have a meeting with my sister. Regarding some balance stuff. But yeah. Just use Dutch and pretend you made it up. Well, we have a Dutch person in chat, so... We hebben een probleem. We hebben een probleem. So, speak amongst yourselves, I guess. Do you know Dutch, Rex? Or is that, you know this phrase? Zeker. Zeker. And I said this last time, I think. It's so funny with Dutch. It's sort of like a combination of like English. If you combine English, Swedish, and German, I feel like you get Dutch in a way. There are so many words that are so similar to each language. So that sometimes I can actually read Dutch and, you know, understand what it says, even though I have no clue about the language at all. It's weird. Anyhow, no, I just know that one phrase. Yeah, okay. It's like me and maybe Spanish. Compré, I think it's compré. Compré una botella vino de España. Also, hola. Also, 안녕하세요. Yeah, I don't know much more Korean than that, I guess. 안녕히 계세요. I think that's goodbye. You get aggressive. Ik ben oh yeah. I'm not even going to ruin your language by trying. But I can picture it in my head. It's like it's a bit more guttural in my head. Anyhow, I need to actually bounce. It's been a lovely time as usual. I just love the chats. So, and adios, of course. Also, what's the Japanese one? I know it, but whatever. I know the English one. It's called goodbye. See you next 2 weeks. By the way, try the demo if you haven't. Wishlist, Horticular. You can jump into Discord. It's sort of calm there right now, but if you have any ideas or requests, or you want to see some work in progress stuff, I try to post once a day or so. Sometimes it's just an emoji, sometimes it's an actual picture. Right now we're doing a lot of balancing stuff, basically trying to wrap up stuff for the initial launch. So not doing too much new content, although we have some things left to do. It's mostly trying to get things cohesive, and then I guess at some point launch the game. There will be at some point as well a launch trailer, but that's up to Slug Disco. You know, to pick a good time to get it out there, or not a launch trailer, but a release day trailer. But yeah, it's closing in, and I'm really happy with that. So I'm excited right now. Things are moving along. Bye bye, sayonara. That's the one. Sayonara.